Today what we're going to do is we're going to incorporate the stick a little bit more. So as always, whenever we get started, whenever we start a session, we're always going to start with our jumping jacks, right? Because the jumping jacks are a pretty easy exercise. They're simple. And we want to make sure that we can practice the simple things and get the simple things right before we move on to big things, right? You can't get the big things if you can't get the little things. So we're always going to start with our jumping jacks. And today we're going to start by doing 20 total. And let's follow along. So, ready, set, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Perfect. Once you guys have those, we're going to get a couple of lunges to get your body warmed up. You're just going to step forward into a lunge and pop back up. Step forward into that lunge and pop back up. You're going to get about 3 to the right, or sorry, on your right foot, you go forward for 3. Then you would step lateral into a squat. That's going to be really good for the groin to get your hips moving a little bit, get your body warm. After you get 3 to the right, the next one is you would take your knee back behind your heel, so you get a little bit of a glute stretch on this side. Again, same thing. I'm going to get 3 on the right, then I would start over with the other leg. Now I would step forward for 3. Long stride, get that knee close to the floor. Stepping the other direction, using your groin, waking up the hips as you guys get going. Squatting straight down, popping back up. And then going into that curtsy lunge or that cross under lunge where I take my knee back behind my heel. Tap for 3. After you guys get those, your hips should be warm. So if you guys have a stick, go ahead and grab your stick. Excellent. Make sure you've got some room. Now, when you grab the stick, you want to have your hands wide enough so that when I raise my leg, my stick doesn't get in the way. But if my hands were close together and I lift the stick, my leg's in the way. So my hands need to be wide or the stick needs to be across my waist. From there, it's going to work on a pass-through. I'm just going to bring the stick up and over, get back behind, all the way back in front. It's just a pass-through. If you feel like you've got some issues in the shoulder, it will help you if you think about trying to pull the stick apart in the middle. And we're going to go for about 5 pass-throughs. Nicely done. Just warming up the shoulders, getting you guys ready to move a little bit. Now we're going to try to incorporate that. So what I want to do is get the stick overhead. From here, I'm going to keep my heels on the floor. Again, I'm trying to rip that stick apart. I'm going to squat straight down. The goal is to keep this stick directly above my ears and my ankles. I don't want to fall forward and have my heels come off the floor. But again, I'm going to rip the floor apart and I'm going to rip the stick apart. I'm going to sink straight down. I'm going to try to push my knee outside of my big toe so my knees don't cave and buckle in, but I stay wide as we go. After you get that overhead squat, now you can bring that stick back behind your back. Your hands are going to come a little bit closer. This time I'm going to start with my feet directly under my lungs. From there I'm going to sit soft in the knee and I'm going to think about shutting a car door with my bum. So I reach straight back, my shins stay vertical, and then I get tall. Bend your knees, sit back, shut a car door, and get tall. If you want a little more of a challenge, this time as you sit the hips back, I can press the stick overhead, draw it back down, get tall. Soften the knee, stick your bum back, press overhead, pull the stick apart, and get tall at the top. Okay? So now you've got your quads warm, you've got your hamstrings warm. This time I'm going to start with my arms straight out in front. So I've got the stick in front in my right hand. It's going to go on top of my big toe on my right foot. So the blade is up and the butt end is on my big toe. From there, I'm going to put all of my weight onto my left foot. And then I'm just going to raise my heel straight up into the air and come back down with balance. Good. The goal is to try to get 5 in a row without having to put my foot back down for a check. Again, hockey is played on one leg. You're either gliding with 2 feet or you're pushing and you have to be able to balance on 1 foot. So we want to make sure that we've got good control. We can use our hips to make sure we get balance. After you get 5 on the right, same thing. I'm going to keep my arm long and straight. It's now in my left hand, which means it's on my left big toe. Again, I'm going to bend my knee slightly. I'm going to drive the stick into my big toe, and I'm trying to push my big toe up into the stick. It's going to keep my abs tight as I get that good balance, good reach, pause and control. Try to get 5 on the right side. Try to get 5 on the left side. After you guys get those, now we can take that stick and you're going to hold the stick in your back. So it's in the crooks of my elbows and it's back behind me. Okay, so after you get your balance, the stick goes back into your elbows. From here, the goal is to try to touch your knees with your fingertips and then get tall again. You can sit back and you can squat down, but touch your knees with your fingertips and pop back up. Sitting your butt back, keeping your chest up, warming up your body just a little bit. After you get good, after you get some control, now you can drive that into a hop and land with control, drive up, land with control. So now we're starting to learn how to use our legs and not use our arms to help us jump, but it's going to start to create some really good power and strength out of our lower body. We would get 5 squats. After you get the 5 squats, then you would go into 5 big jumps. On number 5, hold it and stick. Good. So again, it's just another way to use that stick to help get you warmed up and keep you moving. Now what's going to happen is we're going to work on our coordination a little bit. So from here, I'm going to hold that stick back upside down. So the butt end is on the floor. Once the butt end is on the floor and the blade is up, from here the goal is I'm going to try to do a 360 and catch the stick before it hits the floor. So I'm in a good athletic stance, spin, catch the stick before it drops. Nicely done, good, you got to move quick. Full 360, try going both directions. Got to go quick, got to track the object. Got to find the stick as you come back around. Start with your arms long and straight so the stick isn't leaning when you start. Spin, catch. Alternate each direction and catch the stick before that guy drops. Once you guys get about 5 each way, you can move on to another one where we start with the stick in front. So from here, I would hold the stick up. I would get all the way up onto my toes. I would then drop the stick and try to catch the stick before it hits the floor. Pop back up, catch your stick. Get all the way up onto your tippy toes, let go, and then try to catch the stick before it hits the floor. So I'm going to have my elbows above my fingertips when I start. So the stick is going to be even with my chest, up onto my toes, my elbows are up like a scarecrow. I drop the stick and then catch the stick before it hits the floor. Drop down. Learning how to stop, learning how to change direction is huge for sports and acceleration as you guys go. Maybe your high pull to catch, drop down, good athletic stance. Once we've learned how to drop down, we're going right to the middle. I can now start with the toe again on the ground, and from here, I'm going to try to catch the stick again before it touches the ground, but this time because the heel is this way, I'm going to try to catch the stick as close to the floor as I can. I don't want to catch the stick up here. I want to catch the stick at the very last second as close to the floor as I can. Take a big long stride right before it touches the ground. Nice soft catch. Good. If you want to change direction, just point the heel the other way. Same thing. Now I can catch right before it touches the ground. I don't want to catch it too tall, but I'm going to drop down, make that grab. Beautiful. You can get a couple to the right, get a couple to the left. Then you can even point the heel a different direction, and now I can reach across my body as I go forward. Same idea. I'm going to try to catch that stick right before it touches the floor and pop back up. Nice long stride. Try to catch it right before it makes contact. Pop back up. You get about 3 to 5 on the right and about 3 to 5 on the left. Trying to catch all the way up at the butt end right before the stick touches the floor. Nicely done, nicely done. Then if you have mom or dad or somebody else that would even be able to help you, you could turn it into a reaction game. So again, I would bring the stick back upside down so the blade is up, and then mom or dad or whoever's with you can call out right, left, or squat. So if they call right, I'm going to do a 360 to the right. If they call left, 360 to the left. If they call squat, I'm going to squat down and stand up before I catch the stick. So we're going to get a couple of rounds here, holding that stick on the butt end. Arms are long and straight. On coach's cue. Ready? Right. Right. Nicely done. Left. Beautiful. Squat. Squat. Left. Beautiful. So hopefully now everybody's got an opportunity, or they found a way where they can use that stick to get their reaction going, get their hips warmed up, and get their shoulders warmed up before you stick handle, before you start a training session.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to session 4,415 or somewhere around there with virtual hockey training in Huntington Beach. And it looks like, oh, take one. So we got some bloopers coming at you, but we'll load them later. Today we have Coach Will. What we want you to do here for the condensed session is a couple of quick stick handling 2-puck drill. If you watch it, it looks good here. Keep your form. I want to see those knees bent. I want to see those hands rolling. I want to see quick feet, and I want to see your head up. You don't have to be staring 100 feet ahead of you, but if you can look 10, 15 feet ahead of you, that'd be great. That's very good, Will. Very good.
Yeah, keep going.
Okay, and now to the next one. We're going to do the two. Okay, hold on. Okay, yeah. Okay, so we're going to have a stick down if you have one, or you know, your cat or your dog. Just don't do it. Just don't do it too fast. Don't hurt them. And here we go. We're doing the same thing. So we're doing a little agility here. Quick 2-puck, little jump. So it's a little evolution of the first drill. Back. Do this for maybe 30 seconds. 30 seconds there. And then you can go check your email and then come back for another 30-second stint. That's pretty good for that drill. And if you notice, Will's got his head up. He's got his knees bent. Very good. Hands low. Very good. Now on the next one, we're going to do the toe drag. Will, you want to go with the toe drag on this one? So if you watch his stick, he's got his puck back. He's got it coming up and focus. He's got to concentrate on that too. That's quick hands, hand-eye coordination, and timing. That's what you want to have right there. Up, back. Now do this maybe 10 times in each side, back and forth a couple of times. So maybe 2 sets of 10 in each side. And he's coming back, doing it. Very good on his side. Now what he's doing here, he's puck protecting. He's got the puck on his inside. He's a lefty, so he headed on his left side. Now he's going to his right side. A little tougher, but it's setting up for a good situation for a forehand shot and a backhand shot. So there he's coming up. He's got the toe drag going. Very good. He's already getting tired. I'm getting tired watching him. This is the 17th take we've taken today, so you know how tired we are. So the next one, we have a freestyle. He's going to do this, whatever he wants to do. He's having some fun with it. So we want you guys just to do maybe 30 seconds going crazy. Through your feet, around the house, through your dad's tire, not through his windshield though. And then you're back and forth. Look at that, using his feet, quick agility. We're liking that. Very good, Will. You guys are probably having a lot of fun with this one. Do this for 30 or 40 seconds and then get your heart rate up. That looks pretty good. Very good. If you're watching, very good on Will. Now what we'll have is we're going to just recap some passing. Now that we did the stick handling part, kind of regurgitating what we've done in the past with some of the other coaches as well. Now the passing, if you notice, if you don't have anybody to pass to, Coach Will is just going up and showing. Now if you notice, he's pointing at his target. Now we have another coach to come in, Coach Greg. Everybody say hi to Coach Greg. There you go. And Greg's coming up, and him and Will, you notice Will's pointing a stick. He's putting a target down so Coach Greg can hit him on the stick, on the tape. Even though he doesn't have tape, it doesn't matter. He's hitting his blade, he's pointing over. Will, his lower arms staying nice and straight and keeping everything consistent. They're going back and forth, and now they think they're in the ECHL. So there you go. That was very good, guys. Okay, excellent on that one. Excellent on that one. So right now what we'd like to do is a little deceptive, kind of like game time situation. Coach Will's going to go like he's going to shoot or he's going to pass. He catches on his backhand. You notice that his stick's closed. His stick's closed so he can set it up for a quick, controlled backhand mini pass to himself. Back, mini pass to himself. And if you notice, when he comes back onto his front blade right there, he's ready to pass. He's ready to fake pass. And his feet are pointing at me, at the camera, making the goalie think he's probably going to pass. Then he could take a shot or actually go through with the pass. So that was very good. Will's showing all three things. Deceptive pass, he's got the fake shot going, he's opening his blade, he's opening his body, and at the same time, if needed, he's protecting the puck. So those are all good, really good situations there that we want you guys to practice on. Now, real quick, we got into shooting today. So for a regular 2-foot shot, we're going to have Will stand in his typical hockey position. If you notice, really good knee bend, really good. He's got his lower arm straight. He's bringing the puck back in the middle of his blade. He's pushing off his back foot, all the weight together, all the way through the shot, and you snap and point. If you don't have something to shoot at, and you're not fortunate enough to have sport court like we have today, if you notice, Will's doing it without a puck. Just practice as if you have a puck. Use your imagination, snap and point. And that looks really good on Will today. That's very good. Now we'll slip really quick into the 1-foot shot. Now the 2-foot shot, obviously you have a back foot to push off of, so you can usually get a little more juice in that shot, a little more meat in that sandwich. But on the inside foot, what you're gonna have is this inside foot's gonna have all the weight on it, allows the stick to flex a little bit, and then you're really relying on your snap. If you notice, his head's not going up or not going down. Just like in the 2-foot shot, all your weight straight to the target. You don't want to be dipping down. You start dipping down, you start opening up your blade. So you don't want to do that. Will's going to take a shot on our target, and that's pretty good right there. He just missed, but you know what? That's okay. And there, he got one off the goalie's mask right into the top shelf. So if you noticed, his inside foot, he's got the weight on the inside foot, head still, looking up at the target, snap and point. Very good, very consistent. And that's what we got for you today. The wind's coming up, and I think there's a hurricane coming in. So we're going to cut this short. Everybody stay safe, and happy Mother's Day.